Mike Hamilton, when you were the athletic director at the University of Tennessee, you had the honor of working alongside of Coach Summitt, who obviously ran a phenomenal women's basketball program. She, at her core, was a teacher. What did she teach you in your daily interactions?
I think I affirmed this when I went to a memorial service recently after a passing trip, and that was, it wasn't so much that night about the 1,098 wins or the 8 national championships. It was about the effect that she had on people's lives. And so how do you pour into people? How do you pour into staff, those you're around every day? That's the real lesson I got from her, was the richness in which she went about her daily life and making people feel a part of who she was and asking good questions to help them become who they could be.
Was there a particular moment, either publicly or privately, that you had with Coach Pat Summitt that really stands out in your mind?
2 quick ones. One is probably more formal in nature. I had many occasions where I would be able to walk her down a hallway and lead her into a room of people, whether it was just a collection of a few or many, and her ability her presence changed the tenor of a room, but yet she was consistent in who she was, loyal, humble, on point. And I think that was one thing. Second is, had the occasion to be with her one time on one of our major donors' 60th birthday parties, and just to see her let her hair down and be the Pat that so many of us saw behind the scenes, and that's fun-loving and caring about people and having a great time. It wasn't the steely-eyed stare that you see on the Sports Illustrated cover.
Or the steely-eyed stare we see over your left shoulder. As we round things out, is there one particular word that you think describes Pat Summitt the best?
For me, and I think this is an important one, I think it's what we're missing so many places in society today, and that's the ability to be authentic. She was always who she was. She didn't try to be anybody else. And so authenticity is, I think, the one thing that stands out for me most with Coach Summitt.
So is that rubbed off on you, or do you think that authenticity rubbed off on other people?
Well, certainly it rubs off on everybody who ever had the chance to be around her, Trip. I like to think of myself as an authentic person anyway, but I can tell you for sure, based upon what you hear after someone's passing, when you really get into serious, significant conversations about someone's life, she had that effect on many, many people, and her legacy will stand for a long time.
Well, Mike Hamilton, thanks for spending 2 minutes with 2D today about Coach Summitt.
Thanks, Trip.